Vamos! Hey guys, Wrenchy Mason Allen here for some more attribute training. Let's do this! So for those of you that have been turning into our attribute training, we've done a lot of concepts based on hand combinations. Today's goal is going to be to do the opposite. Today's goal is going to be focusing on balance and kicks as well. We're going to be taking those basic kicks that we've learned in our self-defense techniques in our kickboxing, but we're going to be applying them in a dynamic way. So let's do this. First things first, guys, we're just going to get warmed up. So we're going to start by having my hands up, kind of in a Muay Thai stance right here. Just keeping my elbows in tight, my hands up. I'm going to start doing some knee raisers. Just like this, getting my knees up nice close to my chest. Really getting up as high as I can. Remember, if you can't go as high as your waist, that's totally cool. Just get it as high as you can and get those hips warmed up and nice and engaged. Next, we're going to chamber for a round kick. So we're going to do the same thing. My foot's going to come behind my rear end, and I point my knee to the side. Remember, that heel is behind my rear end. Of course, you know me, we're going to do it on the other leg as well. Next, we're going to do some side kick chambers. So now it's kind of the opposite. My knee's going to come in front of my stomach and my heel points towards the target. And my cover hands stay up. Remember to pivot that foot that's not kicking away from you so you have great hip alignment. Makes it easier to have full range of motion. And of course, other side! Lastly, we're going to go over our hook kicks for our warm-up, but only with the knee. So I'm going to do a rainbow motion. I'm going to take my right leg, I'm going to go to my left side of my body. I'm going to raise that leg all the way up and over in a rainbow motion, like so. And of course I do it on the other side. That's going to be kind of our motion. Are you feeling it? Are we warmed up? Let's do it. So for round number one, I'm just going to focus on my front kick. Remember, I'm going to bring my knee up into my chest, and I'm going to kick with the bottom part of my foot. That's the ball of my foot as I extend my knee out. I extend my hips forward, but I try to keep that balance. I recoil it back by bringing my knee back into my chest, and then I set it back down on the ground. Of course, we need to try it on both legs too, so don't forget about that. Now we're going to do the same thing with a round kick. Just for the sake of the drill, we're going to do it with our front round kick. So I'm going to start out by leaning back, pointing my toes, hitting with where my shoelaces would be, snapping out and back, and setting it down. Let's do a couple on that side. Remember, left leg is important too. Before we kick, we need to make sure we have that pivot foot pointing the opposite direction, similar to a side kick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do side kick squats for around 20 seconds. I'm going to do a side kick like we went over in the past, and I'm going to do a squat. Then I turn face the other way. I'm going to do a side kick and then a squat. Hopefully we're picking up what I'm putting down. Are you listening to him? Isn't he great? He's great. He's great. Let's go. I got 20 seconds on the clock starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Time! So the next kick we're going to go over is called a hook kick. Yar! It's going to combine some of the same principles as a round kick and a side kick, but not necessarily in that order. If you notice when I do this, I'm going to be kind of aiming for the front corners of the room or the front corners of the target. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chamber my side kick to the opposite side. I'm going to whip that foot all the way across and chamber like a round kick in the opposite direction. Remember, it's important to pivot that foot I'm not kicking with away from the target. This naturally opens up my hips. And please make sure we're making heel contact, nothing else. Unless you're in the mood to hurt yourself. So now we're going to try some hook kicks. I'm going to pivot the foot leg I'm not kicking with away from the target. My hands are up. I'm going to side kick and chamber into that round kick. Of course, we do it on the other side. Now we're going to practice a crescent kick. For you people that like breakfast, you could also call it a croissant kick. For you Star Wars fans, it could be a Coruscant kick. But either way, here's how it's done. This time my pivot leg is actually not going to do anything. It's going to stay facing towards my target. I'm going to take my opposite leg. I'm going to bring it all the way up like I'm chambering for a front kick to the side of the room. We're gonna extend it all the way out, circle it back, and end up where I started. Other side. Remember, the striking surface on this one is a little different, so don't mess it up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drop down, do a 20-second set of push-ups, but you're going to have to bear with me as we go through a techno music rampage during that set. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's do it. So now we're going to get into a concept called post kicks. The concept behind post kicks is I'm going to do multiple kicks in a row before I set that foot down. Remember, chamber, extension, and recoil are all still very important, but that plant before and after is not going to be relevant until the very beginning and the very end of our post kick combination. So for round one, I'm just going to see how many front kicks I can do without setting that foot down. I got 10 on that leg, now I'm going to try it on the other side. Whew. Don't fall over. Same rules apply with a round kick. You got it down on one side, do it on the other side. Remember, kicking with that front leg. I know it doesn't take a rocket scientist to predict what I'm going to do next. Side kick! Remember, on this one, that knee's chambered in front of my belly button. Is it hot in your house? It's hot in my house. What's going on? I'm working out! So what we're going to do right now is a little bit of target practice. You're going to see a series of colored rings pop up in front of your screen, and the goal is to kick the straight series in order based on the color combination that I call. So today we're going to start with a front kick. So I'll give you an example. Imagining we're going to go red, yellow, green. If I said red, yellow, green, without setting my foot down, I'm going to kick towards the red, kick towards the yellow, kick towards the green, then set my foot down. Round number one, we're going to focus on front kicks today. So I'm going to dip out. Make sure you focus on the combinations that I say. Good luck. Combination is going to be red, yellow, green. Remember, just doing front kicks. Might see a different series pop up. Red, yellow, green. And time. Alright, now we're going to switch it up into round kicks now. The combination is still going to be going from red, yellow to green. If you're getting the theme here, it's because I like Rasta and I like reggae stuff. Remember, red, yellow, green with a different combination, I'm out. Make sure you're doing round kicks now. Have you tried switching stances? Time. So of course, now we're going to try that side kick motion. I'm going to try to kick multiple characters with my side kick. In case you forgot, the order is red, yellow, green. Okay, bye. Doing good. Oh, pick your choice. Go in order. And time. Well done, guys. Looking great. It's so hot in here, but that doesn't mean we're not going to stop and do 20 seconds worth of push-ups starting now. So last but not least, guys, we're going to incorporate our crescent kicks and our hook kicks into this. We're not going to do this quite in a post-kick fashion, but rather we're going to go over spinning maneuvers with them. Hi, Renchi. Hi, dynamic kicking. No, not happening. Not happening. Me, dynamic kicking, not in the same sentence. No. That's a very poor attitude. Okay. So a very common misconception, guys, is dynamic kicking is only for the super athletic or the red and black attack people. A lot of us think, they're young, they'll heal, they'll be able to do that, that's totally fine. And to a limiting extent, that is true, but I'm here to tell you guys that dynamic kicks can be managed for everybody as long as we set our body and our mechanics up in the appropriate way. So of course I'm modifying for the space that I have right here, right? I don't have an ideal amount of space to do dynamic kicking, but we're still going to be able to go over some basic concepts. So we're going to start with that hook kick motion. Remember, whatever leg I want to kick with is going to be behind me and I have that guarding stance. Now if I want to kick with my right leg, I'm going to spin over my right shoulder. I need to spot 360 degrees around, spot that target. My left foot needs to be in that proper position with the toes pointed away. Then that hook kick comes out. I can set it down either in front or in back, whichever works best for me. If flexibility is like giving us a hard time, then make sure you take an adjustment step. That's the only modification we need to take. So now instead of just twisting and kicking, I'm going to take an adjustment step. So my front leg is going to step basically back to center. Now I'm kind of standing on a post here. Now I turn, I can adjust my feet whatever angle I want. Then I throw my hook kick. And of course you can do it on the left leg as well. You know it. Oh. And the same rules are going to apply for a spinning crescent kick. But since the kick is a different kick, my hips need to be aligned in a different fashion. So yet again, I'm going to have my kicking leg behind me. I'm going to turn all the way around. But now my foot that I'm not kicking with is going to rotate with it. Now I'm just simply going to raise that foot up and over, kind of like a rainbow motion. Again, I turn, I look, and I kick. If you're looking to make an adjustment step, the same principles apply. That secondary leg that I'm not kicking with is going to step together so I have more hip flexibility. Has he done his left side yet? Yeah, no. Your turn too. You know what it is. It's time to go. Woo! So now that we've got our crescent kicks, our hook kicks, our side kicks, our round kicks, and our front kicks down, that's a lot of kicks. We're going to try to incorporate them into our post-kick motion. So remember, if I'm transitioning from a forward-facing kick to a sideways-facing kick, I need to modify my pivoting foot so it helps me chamber effectively. So for this challenge, guys, you can pick whichever leg you want, probably your dominant leg. So we're going to start with that leg in front, and we're going to do the series of kicks that I say in order, trying not to put that foot down. Limber up, stretch out, let's do it. Round number one is going to be a front, round, side with the same leg. Front, round, side. Next, we're going to go side, side, hook. Crescent, front, front. Now it's going to get crazy. Now it's going to go hook, round, side, side, front. Hook, round, side, side, front. Remember to pivot that bottom foot so you're in correct hip alignment for that appropriate kick, specifically the front kick. Crescent, front, round, round. Are you tired? I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. If you're not tired, you're not doing it right. So lastly, guys, I'm going to set the clock for basically 1 minute, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to see a series of post kicks we can get up in a row. Since we're going to be kicking on both legs, halfway through the set, around the 30-second mark, I'm going to require us to switch legs. We're going to try to see if we can do the same combinations on the left leg. This is going to be good. Remember that pivot foot is super important, guys, so you don't end up injuring yourself, so make sure you're paying attention to that. Pick whichever leg you want to start with, and the time starts, I don't know, how about now? Go! Switch legs now. This is fun. And time, guys. Well done. Woo! So I don't know about you, but that non-dominant leg really kind of put me through the ringer there for a little bit, and I know what I need to practice now. Hopefully you're feeling good, guys. We got a lot of balance drills out of today, and hopefully you got some cool kicking skills that you can apply into a sparring scenario when we're back into the school. I always love making these videos for you guys, so please, we're really interested in hearing your feedback about how these are going for your at-home training, so let me know. Oos, thanks for letting me be a part of your attribute training yet again, guys. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place, same bedroom, same me. You know what it is. Have a good rest of the week. Ah!